Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you a nail design inspired by the Fancy Nail Boy on Instagram and how I added my own style and twist. Here I discussed already with my client the length of nails that she wanted, so now I'm just cutting them to fit that length. And I'm going to repeat this process on the other hand. Here I'm taking a nail clipper and I'm cutting in the sides to taper it to a point on the end to make it easier to file into the stiletto. And I repeat this process on all 10 nails. I taper in the sides previous to filing because I find it easier to file faster to get the shape more defined and narrow at the end to create a really sharp point. So now I already primed one time and that dried completely, and now I am doing another layer of primer before applying the acrylic. Because it is a permanent nail design that's colored acrylic base, I am adding a clear acrylic to her nail plate. So now I am applying the yellow acrylic halfway up the nail and fading it very lightly to the cuticle area so it's not so bright, where I'm going to fade the other color over top of it. So this way it's not beaming through the cover pink that I'm going to use at the cuticle area. You also want to let that yellow acrylic dry completely before moving on to this step. So here I'm taking a bead of Cover Pink and I'm applying it to the cuticle area as close as this to the cuticle as possible without touching it, and then lightly fading down over the yellow. But I'm trying not to drag too much product, so that way I'm not covering too much of the yellow, but just enough to make it where it's blended into each other. And I'm going to do that process on all 10 nails. I lied, all 8 nails. So on the ring finger, I am adding the Cover Pink to cover the whole nail because I will be encapsulating a yellow 3D rose. For my 3D roses, what I like to do is I like to pick up the ball and then press in the center to create a C shape, and then I hold my brush at an angle to flatten from the inside out. And then I repeat that step all the way around into a circle to where I get about three nice shaped petals on the outside, and then I just make smaller balls on the inside and circle them together to create an overlapping effect. Notice how I keep wiping my brush to take away the excess monomer, so that way the bead will dry, and because you want it to be a not too wet, not too dry consistency to be able to still work with it to form it into your shape, but not too runny to where it's running into the other petals you've already created. For the center of my rose, I like to take a small ball and then dip my brush in the center and create a circle. So that way it looks like the center of a rose. The way I create my leaves is I put a small ball and drag down and then point out to make it a real leaf shape. And then I will take my cuticle pusher and push it into the sides to create a textured leaf look. This way I feel it gives it more detail and looks a little more realistic. And that's how I complete my roses. So now I'm applying clear acrylic into the places where I'm going to add the gold foil. I'm molding the foil into the shape that I would like it to fit around the rose, and I'm applying that over the empty spaces left on the nail because I feel it gives like a classy touch and it's just more appealing to the eye and not so empty. Then on the other 8 nails, I am going to add the foil in the same way by applying the clear acrylic and placing the foil to my liking. I'm doing that on opposite sides on the top and bottom of the nail. With this foil, it's really easy to manipulate into the shape and size that you like. Notice here that piece was too big, so I just folded it in half and pressed down. And this is what we have so far. Now I'm taking clear acrylic and I am encapsulating all of the nails to protect the design that we just created. And I feel encapsulating your art gives it a sharper look. I did apply wet acrylic to the rose before doing the whole nail because that eliminates air bubbles. So here's the finished look. I filed off camera and added cuticle oil and top coats. I really hope you guys like it. Stay tuned to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos.